All right, what's up? Peter Beatty here, and I've got Kevin Plunkett here. Kevin, welcome to the call.
Yep, thanks for having me.
So as you guys might know, Kevin, from some of the email campaigns we've run for his business, and it's we've run like 4 or 5 campaigns for him since the last time we did an interview. So he's kind enough to come back on and give us an update on how the campaigns have been going for him. You reached out to me to run some Google ads for you because you wanted to drum up some more business. And then I told you how you had a customer list that you didn't know about in Wix that we could email, and ended up switching you from running Google ads to emailing your list. So can you like just kind of tell the story of why you reached out to me initially to run those Google ads? Like what were you looking to do in the business?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was the Google ads were very expensive, and
Hmm.
I wasn't really aware of how much an email list is beneficial to reaching out to all of your clients and keeping that connection. I kind of thought that was older technology where everything had to be done through Google. And then, of course, once we started running the ads, I saw the difference with you on how many people were, whether it was more engagement or messages or bookings, but everything seemed to kind of really start to take off when you took over my advertising. And I kind of, not that I am against Google, but it was just a total different kind of I don't know, route to take, where I was getting a lot more than what I had planned on when I decided to take a shot with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like very common, like with like pretty much every small business owner that I talk to, like they come to me and they want to run paid ads because like, oh, I want to get more customers, let's run some ads. And they think they need to reach out into a new audience and pay for those ads to bring people in. But like you didn't actually know you had a contact form on your website. So you've been building this list of your customers for like probably like 3 or 4 years at the time.
Yeah, yeah, I think
And I
so.
think and you had like almost 700 people on there. And I asked you, I was like, do you have a customer list? And you were like, what's that? So we logged into your site and I was like, wow, you got like almost 700 people in here. Forget spending money on ads. Just let me like send a promotion to these customers and I'll make you some decent money and you won't have to pay advertise. You just pay me to make the campaign.
I think what I liked about that is then we were going right at my customers. It wasn't just
Yeah.
going out into some general, whatever. I don't know what Google does, but we were then
Yeah.
targeting people that I've already had some type of communication with. So it wasn't like it was some spam ad or something. It was people that were saying, "Oh, I recognize this name. It's somebody who I've reached out to before, but now, I'm getting a part of this campaign that they're launching," and it just kind of
Yeah.
entice them a little bit more.
Yeah. It's, there's actually where you live in Pennsylvania, there's like the Wharton School of Business. I think there's like a certain name for it in Pennsylvania, but they published a study that like existing customers are like 14 times more likely to buy than a stranger. And that's why it works so good because like customers, they already know, like, and trust you. They bought from you. I'm just trying to get more businesses to like see this. They're like sitting on this huge asset they're just not even promoting to and leaving so
Yeah.
much money on the table.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
As far as results, like how much would you say that that first campaign generated? And maybe like again, you can estimate the other campaigns. Like how much of an impact did they have on sales, would you say?
It was a lot. Especially the biggest thing in the beginning wasn't the actual dollar amount. It was the amount of people that then reached out back, and then I booked, and then
Yeah,
continued to be a returning client up till today. So
really.
it was that returning business that I made from those clients, even from the beginning. From a monetary standpoint, I mean, our business has shot up. Every time we run one, that following month is one of our busiest months of that year. Where in detailing, it's funny because somebody will bite on the ad that we put out, but then they'll have 2 or 3 other vehicles at their house where
Right.
those 3 will then come in the next month, the following month, and they're not getting the ad. They're happy with the work, and they love the deal that they got from the ad that you ran, and then they want to bring all of their cars to us. So
Yeah.
yeah, monetarily, it's virtually changed our lives as far as how much we've made when we've ran the ads, and how our yearly growth has gone up and up. And again, last year was our busiest year ever. So that is basically true from the first time we started to that next year. You know what I mean? It just kept going up and up. So that following year was always our best year again.
Yeah, yeah. And just so like we're clear, so like when you say ad, like I used to run Facebook ads for you. I forgot all about that. And then we stopped that for I think a year or two. And then that's when you reach back out, hey, can you run my ads? And then that's when we switched to email was I think last year, wasn't it? Or
I think maybe last year or the year before, one of the two.
yeah, yeah, very recently. And since then we've run for I think this is our fifth campaign actually.
Yeah.
And again, not to put words in your mouth, but people love to hear numbers. But like that first interview we did, you said that like that first campaign helped you do I think 78,000 in that month, and then the next month was 64.
The first month after we ran the email, we did $73,000 that month. The next month was our second highest month ever, which was 68,000.
I mean, the impact it had was obvious at the time. But would you say every campaign from there has generated somewhat around the same results, more or less, or
everyone has been outstanding. I mean,
okay,
and that's why I reached out to you this time, because there's always a certain time in the year where I'm like, all right, I think it's time. It's a good position to run one of these ads, because I already know kind of exactly what's going to happen the next month and the following month, however it kind of transcends. But every time we run, it's been like virtually 100%. Every time we run the ad that month or the end of that month, and then the following month is crazy.
So when we run the campaigns, like how long does it take for the bookings to actually show up? Like Monday they launch.
I usually it's pretty quick. So we usually start. It's funny because I think a couple of them have been totally different, where some have been almost immediate, where others kind of trickle in, or we get a lot at the end. I think it depends on the time of year and what's happening, but it's kind of been sporadic throughout. I've never been able to kind of pinpoint, all right, we're launching the ad. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get 30 emails. It's kind of like that staggered approach, because I think the way you run it is which I really like. It's kind of like staggered throughout the week. So depending on people's work schedules, their kids, whatever they're doing, activities, it's nice to kind of throw a handful at them throughout the course of the week. So then it makes it more manageable for me, where I'm not getting a ton of emails right away. Sometimes it happens, but usually it's kind of like a staggered effect.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I remember it's very like sometimes you tell me the appointments are coming in like I think one time you said within the first 5 minutes, but then like the next time it might have took like a couple hours or something like that. And they kind of
And I think I remember telling you in one there was somewhere it was over, but people were still emailing.
Yeah.
They had just never had a chance to reply and said, "Oh, is this still available? Can I please do this?" Where I, of course, I still took them in and gave them the discount or whatever it was we were running, the promotion. But yeah, it's funny how people react differently to some people delay, some people jump right on it right away.
Yeah. It is interesting. And so like right now, I think you're up to over like 1,000 subscribers that we're going to email. Initially, it was like 680 or something like that. And I think what I calculated was like every time we run one of these promotions, I think it was about 10% of those people end up booking over that 2 month period. Does that sound about right?
I think that's pretty close. Yep. Yeah, I would.
Like we've done this 4 or 5 times. Anyone can do the math and kind of figure out roughly what they've helped contribute. But like if someone out there, another business owner is going to be watching this and they're considering hiring me or one of my trained experts to run one of these campaigns for them, I guess like if they're thinking about it, business owner to business owner, what would you say to them if they're wondering if this is worth it?
Well, I mean, monetarily wise, it's like handing somebody a $10 bill for what I'm going to make. It's a no brainer. We've made so much money off of running these ads, and what they cost for us, it's not even a comparison.
Right.
It's I can't think of a good enough analogy to make sense on how, and I'm only speaking for myself, for what we make, and then for what an ad or a campaign costs. We generate so much business, and like I've always told you, it does take some skill of the person that they're going to be calling or contacting. You have to know how to talk to people and deal with your clients and explain the promotions. But you're going to get them in the door, and then they have to be able to seal the deal with them. And we just have a great success rate. And I mean, we're at now, we make over $1 million a year, and I'm still reaching out to you to continue to run ads or campaigns, emails, because it still generates a lot of excitement, and
yeah,
it's worth its weight in gold. But you need also the people that you're helping to be able to kind of reciprocate that, and then grab those clients and keep their attention from what you generated to get them in the door.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be a breaking point. Like we could, like we've run these campaigns for other businesses and like even done bigger numbers than for you, but like the business owner has dropped the ball because they had someone inexperienced, handle those leads. And it's like, dude, you've just wasted like 6 figures in sales. Like, and that's a very important point. So yeah, it's like a partnership. Like it's not successful if either one of us don't do a good job, but if we both do a good job, then it comes out good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Last question for you, because I know you're busy. What other advertising methods would you say that like you may have tried before? Like what would you do before, like aside from online stuff?
Yeah, in the very beginning, we did some email campaigns, or not email, I'm sorry, flyers.
Oh yeah, direct mail. I remember that. Yeah.
That's going way back. That's probably 2017. We did flyers.
Yeah.
I ran some generic Facebook ads that I could do on my own on my business Facebook page. We've ran some Google stuff here and there. They've all done that. It is what it is. It's not like they don't help. They do a little bit, but never anything that I was really like, okay, this is where I kind of have to stick with. This is my one measure of advertising. I mean, people are always going to be on Google. They're always going to, but that's targeting such a huge kind of group. It's not targeting people I know, people that have been to my place, I've taken care of before, or have emailed me or called me. The people that you and I are targeting are people that pretty much already know about me and had maybe an experience with me before, or what it may be. But yeah, those are I think Facebook, Google, and that flyer, that mail flyer I did in the very beginning, the 3 other things that we've done.
Yeah. And the main thing with that is they're reaching strangers. They don't generate such like a big impact of sales, and probably hard to measure, I would assume too. Like if you put like $5,000 into a campaign, like you probably don't know what it's actually generated. Is that accurate? Or
you have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that because I know there's so many business owners that do that, and I'm just trying to like, hey, listen, man, like you put $1 into this thing, we can measure what we're actually going to get out the other end, and I think that's huge for.
Yeah, that definitely it definitely lets you know like where your money's going, and then you're like, okay, this makes sense. It's working. It's not like you're just like, all right, who knows what. You know what I mean? Like, exactly, they're replying to that email. So exactly. So at the end of that whole email campaign, you can sit back and say, all right, I got, 37 people that booked, and, they spent an average of $2-3 grand a piece, blah, blah, blah. That campaign made me $100,000 or whatever, whatever the case may be. But it's in that, in that ballpark.
Cool. Well, man, I appreciate your time, Kevin, and being so upfront and honest about the results. This interview is gonna help motivate a lot of people, I think, to try this out, and it's going to impact some other businesses that haven't tried this. So thank you. And anything else that am I missing anything? Anything else you want to say before we wrap up? Or
no, I think you got everything.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.